Hey everybody, it's Captain Dave Hegel of Pamlico Pirate Fishing Charters. Just got off the water and actually had a friend stop by and saw what I had rigged up. I said that would make a good video. So what I wanted to share with everybody today that new to fishing on the lower Neuse in the Pamlico Sound or trying to get better, I want to show you how I approach a charter. I have a charter tomorrow morning. It's a multi-species charter. So I'm rigging up for a trout trip tomorrow, but multi-species, hoping possibly for some redfish. There are some being sighted in the system, as well as the striper. There are some that were released striper that kind of stay around that New Bern area, even though some of them have gone upriver chasing the shad. What I wanted to concentrate on for you today is a real quick tip on how I'm going to approach tomorrow to catch as many fish as possible for my clients. One thing that I'm always going to do is I'm going to cover top, middle, and bottom of the system. So I know the trout have left the back of the creeks. They're moving towards the river. They're probably in the main creek off the river, somewhere between the mouth of the the tributary creeks and the main river. So I'll start about as far back as I think they were the last time I was there. Will give me a hint. And I'm going to drift towards the river. And I'm going to cover all the depths, whether it's the center of the channel or up by the bank. Maybe there's some reds or striper there. The baits that I'm going to be tied on with my clients tomorrow to start the day to find out what I'm going to dial in. I'm going to have the jerk shad, the old DOA jerk shad with an 1/8 ounce. Right now, everything's pretty much an 1/8 ounce. I'm going to have the DOA bait buster, and the reason that I throw that one is I can work in a multitude of ways. I can work it like a swim bait, or I can work it like a twitch bait. I can burn it on the top. Very versatile lure. I'm going to be throwing the old trusty striper rig, which is a white pearl twisty tail 1/8 ounce on a DOA jig head. And I'm also going to have a DOA 3-inch swim bait. And on this one, I'm going to have a little bit of color on it, just in case. A lot of times something dramatic will key me in during the day. With that color, as you always hear from me, is white and chartreuse always works. I always have white and chartreuse tied on, but I'll go to various colors, especially with the clarity of the water right now. I'm going to experiment a little bit. So I want everybody at the start of the day to do something different. My popping corks are as much as 1.5 feet difference in the length of that popping cork. Now, why do I have 2 popping corks tied on? That is the most versatile and easy bait for me to search a lot of water with clients that don't fish a lot. They just cast it out, they pop, let it sit, pop, let it sit. If it's drifting, they can get a bite. So I always have a popping cork tied on. The water temperature, when it gets to about 60, that's when I start throwing the corks. I'll always have a jerk bait, the jerk shad, some people call it. And that's because I can also fish that very versatile. Sometimes they want it on the bottom. Sometimes they want it falling. Sometimes they want it moving. That's why I've got the bait buster and the swim bait in there. I look forward to some more updates this spring. To all the people I met in the boat shows up in the Northeast that are my new followers, it was great meeting you guys up there, and the folks down in Florida that I saw at the boat shows. Same to you guys. Parker was kind enough to send me some boat shows up and down the East Coast this year, and it kind of gave me the inspiration to talk about how we fish for them here in the spring. Now, other captains may be doing different things. I know if I was going out today, I would do the same thing if I was fun fishing. I probably would have a glide bait tied on because that's catching some bigger fish. And when you read the social media on how bad the fishing is, if you get involved in all the chat rooms, fishing's great. Last spring, it was great. This spring, it's been great. I haven't been out as much as I was last year because of these boat shows, but the last few weeks I've been out. Things are happening. Every day's not great, but some days are great. But there's plenty of fish here. We should start seeing some big catches coming with April. You can keep I believe you can keep your striper now. So good luck to you out on the water. Thanks for tuning in to Captain Dave at Pamlico Pirate Fishing Charters. And I wish everybody a safe spring. Go catch you some fish. It's wonderful out here in Oriental, North Carolina. Thank you very much.